Hi everyone, we will continue the fourth module Interactive Systems and MVC Architecture. So in the previous videos, we have discussed about designing of the subsystem. So under that, design of the model subsystem and class diagram of model. So now we are going to discuss design of item and its subclasses. So now clearly, the item will be several subclasses, one for each shape. So each subclasses will store attributes that are relevant to the corresponding shape. So that we have depicted in the figure 11.7. The structure of abstract item class and its subclasses, which are shown in the next coming diagram. So before going to that, we would like to discuss what you mean by that rendering the item. So there are tricky issues which are regarding the design, how the item should be rendered. So actually rendering is the process by which the data stored in the model which is displayed by the view. This is called as rendering the item. So regardless of how we implement this, actually details of how drawing the which are done dependent on the following parameters. So there are two parameters which will tell you that how we are going to take it to the rendering the item. The technology and tools that are used in the creating the user interface, this is the one parameter we need to consider. For instance, we are using the, for example, Java Swing packages. So which means that our drawing panel, for example, is a J panel, Java panel, and drawing methods will have to always invoke the associated graphics object. This is the one kind of the parameter. Another is the item that is stored. If a line stored by its equations, the code for drawing it would be very difficult, or it would be very different from the line that are stored as two endpoints. That we need to consider. So this is the diagrammatical representation of the item class and its subclasses. Clearly we mentioned that abstract class is an item rendering a particular subclasses. Here we have taken that. So render line, so render wide is the return type, rendering the circle and label. So there are two options we need to get for this kind of the item class and subclasses. Option 1, let us say that view is responsible for rendering. Obviously the view is always responsible for the rendering the particular object which are edited or modified in the model classes. Since the needed information, whatever the information which are in two different classes, what we need to decide that which class will have the responsibility for implementing the rendering. So that we will come to have that there are two options. One is, let us say that we is responsible for rendering, and option 2 is, if the items were responsible, each item would have rendered the method that access the field and draw the respective items. So there are a lot of issue and problems will be occurred in regarding that. So whenever it appears that we stuck between the two choices, depending upon the what choices we have to take in it. So finally we say that, so which is that the render method for which always items should be stored in the item itself. So which is in fact that the approach of the second option. So if the items were responsible, each item would have a render method that accesses the field that draws the item. So that could be the bettering. or better for this item class and subclass. So now we will discuss about catering to multiple user interface technologies. One way to accomplish this is to use inheritance. To adopt the design to take care of the new situation, we have the for example circle class implement most of the functionality for circle except that depend on the UI technology, user interface technology. So here what we do, we extend that one swing class, that is the swing circle classes. Swing is, we know that just one package for drawing. Before it was developed, so there was a AWT abstract window toolkit package which are available to Java programmers, and it is conceivable that there may appear and actually other drawing toolkits. So we can assume that here, so we have available two new toolkit which are called, we want better name, hard user interface and easy user interface. So essentially what we want is that each item to be customized to kind of the user interface, which boils always we can down the task having different render method for each user interface. So one way to accomplish this is to use inheritance. So that's why we told that to adapt the design, take care of the new situation. Another thing, so here swing class similar to extension which are now needed handling the new technologies. There are two techniques we have told, that hard user interfaces and one more is easy user interface. So each of three classes which has code to draw a circle, for example using the user interface technology we have shown in the next coming figure. So before that, so each render method always will decompose the circle into smaller circle component whenever it is needed. So and invoke the method available in the user interface render each component. So in addition, so each method would have to get any other contextual information. For instance, we should take an example here, swing package. The render method would get graphics object from the view and invoke, for example, draw oval shape, for example, oval shape method. So how about this? We can take it in the even code wise. Before going to that, we see that this diagrammatical representation of hard user interface technology and easy user interface technology. So now this is the diagrammatical representation catering to the multiple user interface technology. We have taken that abstract class as an item and of the respective method object is the render, right? Abstract class, extended class is the circle. So then again we need to take the subclasses as the swing circle. So easy circle and hard circle, we have that is all divided, decomposed into the small number of we say that is the based upon the each component user interface technology, like that we have divided into that one. So in this shape we have taken, that is the draw oval shape or draw whatever the swing circle and easy circle, hard circle, that we have taken based upon the quantities which are so stored in the circle object. In addition to that, a graphics object may be served the other pieces of information from the context, such as the size of the drawing area which could be counted. The model could be potentially employed several type of items, each which has corresponding abstract classes. So we will see that how that code of this swing circle extends circles. So code of that one will be implemented. So here public class swing circle extends circle. Okay, comment here we have taken class circle class for swing user interface technologies, especially for the object graphical object. So public void render method will be taken. Graphics G, the small object is created. View dot get instance in dot get graphics, so it will be viewed in all the get instance particular, and object will be taken into the point. G dot draw oval shape we are going to assume that draw parameter, this is the comes under the parameter, and close, so that we have taken in the particular format. So clearly here abstract class for implementing UI technology depends upon the a part of line and label, whatever extended class we have. Swing label, swing line, swing easy label, whatever hard label, whatever the any extension we can going to add in particular classes. So each abstract class always end with any subclasses of the number of user interface that we have to accommodate. So that is the major thing here. And one more thing, this solution has a certain drawback. The number of tasks need to accommodate each solution which are given by, there is a formula here, number of type of items into number of UI package. So that we should see in that another diagrammatical representations. So this is the clear-cut diagrammatical representation as is evident from the pictorial view of resulting hierarchy. This is called as a hierarchy of class explosion due to multiple UI implementations. See this in diagrammatical representation clearly, which causes an unacceptable explosion in the number of classes. This causes an unacceptable explosion, particularly in the number of classes. We should see that items followed by line, label, circle, then we should extend it into the multiple user interface technologies with the multiple number of classes, easy line classes, hard line classes, swing line, so followed by label comes to the label, easy label classes, hard label classes, another is the swing label classes, followed by circle is easy circle, hard circle, and swing circle, so which we need to be taken into the point. So the next year whatever that we need to see the situation where the items are being created in the controller, all the items which are created into the controller, some kind of their condition will be needed to decide which concrete class should be instantiated, and this requires the code, then the controller be aware of the user interface package which are we using. Another one more point we need to see that regarding that software upgrades, suppose we create a version of the our drawing program that support the hard user interface package, and we use that to create the respective figure. Another thing, all the which are item created model always be will be belong to the hard user interface subclasses and can be used only with the systems where the hard user interface package which are available. So if the later version, suppose that any later version of the software which doesn't support hard user interfaces, for example we move file into the particular system that doesn't support, in case, so what we'll do, we cannot access the old file anymore. So this is the condition. If the object created in the model were independent always of the type of user interface technologies, this problem could be always avoided. So we need to go this kind of the thing will be there in case of call these problems circumstantiated in the situation. What we are the two subsystem, for example model and the view, we are creating the object, and both of these variations, since the items of class which are being here created, the model type on internal variations. So on the other hand here subclasses circle line label such as hard circle, So we need to see that another approach is required. The standard approach is this factor of the external variations or external variations to keep them separately hierarchy. We need to set up regarding this a bridge pattern, so or bridge between the two hierarchies, bridge. So we had studied in the previous modules, we know that structural bridge pattern. So this standard approach is therefore called as a bridge pattern. How we are going to apply the bridge pattern, so we will see in this next slide. So this is regarding that using the bridge pattern. The intent of the bridge pattern, we know that intent is nothing but purpose. The purpose of bridge pattern, we know that is decouples abstraction from its implementation, so that to decouples abstraction from its implement that can vary independently. In our example, the abstraction is that the abstract class item, the render method of this abstraction has always different implementation for different UI user interfaces. In addition to that, we know that how we are going to take this bridge pattern. Using the bridge pattern, we will discuss some more about this using the bridge pattern. We know that the abstraction and implementation always cannot be modified and reused independently. That we need to remember. So whenever using this bridge pattern, another thing, if the variations in the implementations are introduced from two independent sources, we should keeping them in a same hierarchy. It could have a multiplicative effect on the number of concrete classes which are taken into the respective main bridge classes. So another thing here, the bridge pattern will take care of these problems, avoiding a permanent binding between the two. So that is the items model and UI context, bridge between the model class and the user interface classes. So this gives our actually design the what are the respective properties. When we come to know that there should be a certain properties we need to study about using the bridge pattern. So here both abstraction and implementation are independently extensible, as we stated about the purpose or intent of the actually bridge pattern. So UI context and items change independently. So user interface multiplicative of that will be entirely different, and another is our model classes will be whatever the item changes, the model classes will be independently, that will be the completely different changes in the implementation, whatever that do not affect the client. So if the swing user interface is changed, no other classes is affected. Because of that is the specialty when we using the bridge pattern. So next one more properties just we are going to discuss about it, which allows the implementation to be completely hidden from the client. So for example, in our case studies which we have taken, the controller doesn't know anything about how the variations in the rendering is displaying that views, rendering the object, whatever rendering come into play. So next one more properties we need to discuss about, reduces the number of classes which are always going to whenever we use the bridge pattern in case of the controller. So that is the controller technology or number of user interface technology catering to the always multiple user technologies. When we use bridge pattern, so we will always reduce the number of classes. This is the added advantage when using the bridge pattern in a MUC architecture. So another thing, multiple classes can share the same representation. So we will recall the previous discussion. We already discussed about this, how going to a new version can make old unusable documents. So here one of the guiding principles of object oriented, so object oriented design state. So we know that this principle is always that inheritance, the favor object composition over the class, that is the inheritance classes. So that we need to consider it. So next we are going to discuss diagrammatical representation. So here interaction diagram for the bridge pattern. So we know that how using the bridge pattern. Here we are going to just describe about how interaction diagram for the bridge pattern. So now this is the entire part is we have taken as a swing package. Assume that this complete swing package we have taken. So these two are the bridge between that model. So here model we have taken, okay, abstract class item. So UI context will we have taken. So this will be extended, that's why we have used the bridge pattern here. Multiple, because we are catering to the multiple UI context. So interface we have extended here, draw item, so return type is the word, whatever that user interface contains. So here hard user interface, similarly easy user interface and receiving user interface. Okay, so in this case we have taken in the model item, and it's a pluses that we have taken circle, line and label. So interface in the sense what interface going to do it here, draw line, return type word, draw circle. Here going to we need to draw the circle, this is going to draw the line, and void return type is void. Draw label will be going to label it respective character wise, and draw item, so void item, any item can be drawn. So regard other than this describes that interaction diagram between classes and usually represents the bridge between the two hierarchies. Since the only variations introduced in the item due to different UI user interface, the manner in which the item were drawn. So that we need to see this in the figure, and the behavior is always captured in the user interface context, as we have seen that in the respective diagram. So other than that we can take that UI context interface. So here actually the number of type of items. So note that here total number of class is now reduced to the number of type of items plus number of UI packages. Since what we say here, there are options are there, only one concrete class of each item creating process is very simply. So finally, the factoring out the rendering the object here. The rendering method where we are no longer concerned with kind of UI being to create the figure. So user interface will be always used to uh, get to edit the later stage. Our software model of is completely reusable. So that is the thing. Another the case object oriented design. Once we say that the loss of performance, in this case we have seen that increased number of method calls, there are many method call will be more every time. So every time we will invoke the render methods, so which have to get model and UI context, in addition invoking respective drawing methods. So this can be taken into the part reflecting the or reflecting on the design. So there are certain code will be there how we are taking into reflecting on the design. So actually respective UI context interface which have a separate method always for drawing each shape. So there we need to take it in general. So one-to-one mapping will be taken into the realistic. So we should always assume that we want to start for example supporting a new shape, say for example say that triangle with the respective or obvious semantics in our drawing program. So for example, of the change that should we always expect drawing program. So here one such interface and classes are possible. For example, we need to take the class triangle. We have just assumed that class triangle which can be written so in the following way. So we have not taken here actually the public class triangle which extends private line 1, private line 2, private line 3 and so on. Similarly here field or the constructor and other methods, actually public void render method will be taken. So UI context dot draw line 1, similarly UI context dot draw line 2, VR context dot line, similarly draw line 3 and close similarly. So we could support arbitrary polygons also, so that is also will be available. Similarly, how we can take it to the support to in the polygon context. For example, public interface void. So public interface UI context open public void draw point one. This is regarding the polygon extend. If you extend that is in the polynomial polygons. So we could take it at public void draw point one point two for the line purpose. Similarly, public void draw string rendering and respective render information and label. So another thing, so what we need to employing the options. So because reflecting on the design and the respective of the UI context, user interface, multiple user interface context. So next we need to think about that employing the options. What kind of the options will be taking in? So just we have to assume that regarding that in this context, rather than assigning the responsibility of drawing the item object to the object itself. So object itself, so we have the view, draw the all the items. This could be accomplished by the method such as draw line. So draw circle. So this would be the view subsystem. So every view will have potentially have the implementation of this method. So here the render item always reference to the current view which is obtained and appropriate draw the respective method which are called on the object. So there are the 2 points we have discussed here, reflecting on the design respective of the UI context and interface which has separate method for drawing of the each shape. Similarly, how the class triangle, one example we have taken triangle extends the line 1 line 2 so and so. Similarly, that also extended to the respective polygons, arbitrary polygons will be, we have taken point 1, point 2, point whatever that one in additional information for the label. Employing options, so assume the rendering. So rather than the how we can take it that is the methods which are accomplished by the draw line whatever it is we have taken. So while there these methods resulting employing option are essentially which has same as we get the bridge pattern. So that is the thing here, there is a difference in that bridge pattern employs a different class for UI user interface technology option, whereas option 1 employing option 1 employs a set of draw method for each view. So this is the but both method will always reducing the subclasses. This is the design of the controller subsystem. So let me take an example. So we'll compare that view. Unlike the view, which by definition, so it could be implemented in multiple ways. That is the design of the controller subsystem. So we structure the controller so that it is not tied a specific view and unique to the drawing program. Actually, The view receives the details of the shape, for example, type, location, content, etc. So via mouse click and keystroke. So as it receives input, so the view communicates that to the controller through the method calls. So actually this is accomplished by having the respective fields for the following purpose. There are two purposes there here. One is for remembering the model, so where we can remember that respective model in case of design of the controller subsystem. Another one is to store the current line, label or circle being created. This is the major second purpose. Since we have three shapes, this would mean having three fields. Okay, let me take that one. So the execution of whatever the controller, three versions, that we take it as a make line method, and which keeps track of the member point independently for the views. So actually the execution of make line, which causes to the line to be part of the respective model. The view can set endpoint of the line via select line point method. So this approach is to add a label which is similar to one of the adding line. For label, so we say that we should remember that pressing the backspace and the user can delete the character. So we provide a method for remove character for this purpose. So next, the controller also supplies a method select item, so that the view can call when it receives the command to select an respective item. Controller here searches that through the entire list of unselected items and which determines if one of them is selected. If so, here what we say that if it moves the item from the list of unselected item to the list of selected item. Okay. So now the rest all the methods which are deleting selected item for the storing and retrieving drawing are fairly obvious. So next we are going to show that the class diagram which are shown in the next figure. We need to take the controller class diagram, so which will give the a complete details of how a design controller subsystem, that is the controller class, how the controller class is going to work. So now this is the class diagram of the controller. So in the top of the row we say that whatever that is the name of the class, or you can say it as subclasses, and respective method is line, label and model, and respective operation make line point of the type is the point, return type is the void. Make line again point 1, point 2 should be taken as the point. Set line point, again the point will be taken. Make label, just the make label, and make label should be point again. Add character, so character type will be taken here. Remove character, select item should be the point. Open file, save file. So these are the respective methods, so we could see in the class diagram. So here to implement the saving and retrieval of files, the only object to be serialized which are the list of the item object. So this is which is straightforward process. So however, one of the stated which are the goals allowing our retrievable if the software has been modified so that we have a different versions of the view. So if the new features is added, so that could be, so actually this means that the new version of the software concrete, that is the user UI context. Earlier we discussed about that user interface context. So that will be maybe different from the one that was used to create a serialized items list. So here one solution to this could be a set UI context to the null, because multiple catering to the UI context user interface. When it is set to null, so in all the object being stored into disk, then the reset then whenever the object are read from the disk. So this solution is so inelegant and somewhat worrisome or disturbance in that object are being modified when saved and retrieved. So that is the trouble to take for whenever the object is saved and retrieved. So this is the case. This is the reason why we have made an item abstract class instead of an interface in the previous all the abstract diagram. So this enables us to store UI context as a static field in the class, which are along with the static method set UI context here. Set UI context to modify it. The UI context, actually the UI context object is thus not a part of the object that are saved. So this is the always consistent with the basic data or basic idea of the bridge pattern, which calls for separation between the items and manner in which they are rendered, means what which the object is viewed. So this is the a complete detail about controller class diagram or design of the controller. So in the next video we are going to discuss design of the view subsystem. So that is called as view class. So next video we are going to discuss view class.